Echoes of color.
Today's fashion has moved beyond places that people cannot even begin to fathom. When we talk about art, creativity, colors, bringing patterns together, that is what fashion is. So however form, shape, style as it is basically art to somebody. And we're here today to talk about fashion forward and queer style. I have two amazing persons with me here that when you talk about everything style, when you talk about everything etiquette, when you talk about class, when you talk about being demure, being intentional, these people, they carry and not be small. So ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Gabriel and Chikezie. Chikezie is a fashion designer and the CEO of Chikezie Designs. He's not only a Nigerian fashion designer, but also has showcased in different parts of the world in the same state. He's an international fashion designer, so to speak. You're welcome.
Thank you very much for having me on.
Yeah, so always a pleasure. And secondly, we have Gabriel. Gabriel is all things, when you say beauty, when you say, oh, well, it's okay to call a man beautiful. When you say beauty, when you say class, when you say elegance, when you say poise, he's charismatic is the model. He's basically an epitome of what you call a walking Naomi Campbell at his age. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Gabriel to the stage.
Thank you so much.
Okay, so today, you see how I'm decked out. It was deliberate, oh. It was deliberate. This outfit was made by Chikezie. Shout out to Chikezie! Oh! I should get a bell in this one. Like, he's on this radio station. So we're not. Alright, so fashion. How did that, what came to you guys' mind when, I wanted to be an actor, but then my dad sent me to the faculty of law where I became a lawyer, and then now I'm chasing the arts. How did you just like from the get-go? Because I've known you for a while, ages. We literally grew up together. And I'd say you morphed or you evolved or you just like blossomed within my grasp where I can see you and watch your progress, and I'm so proud of you. And right off the bat, you already know it is fashion. How did that come to be? What inspired that?
Fashion for me was like a last resort. Because
You still lie. I would never believe.
I did have the intentions of studying economics in the university, but I have this thing, it's a safe space, so I'm just going to say it. I have this calculator. It's a difficulty in understanding numbers, so that sort of hindered me. Why I say fashion was a last resort for me was when I got to fashion school, I found numbers there again. Yeah, of course, you have to cut, you have to learn how to choose patterns.
Yeah.
So I couldn't run away from it again. So I just had to. I was like, okay,
This is head on.
this is what Taste of Fashion is about. It's going to put food on the table. Let's do it.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I will apologize to you and all the calculator persons out there, because I will not lie. In every instance, when you ask me a question to do with numbers back then, I'll say, sorry, I don't understand. I'm calculator. Which I know it, but I don't know it at that time.
It's just something. It's a conversation that people are having now.
Yes.
There are difficulties in learning in certain areas, but people with dyscalculia, I find, or I can speak for myself, we thrive in other,
Areas.
Just
don't bring numbers around.
fashion.
Don't bring numbers around us.
No, bring numbers around us when it comes to,
The things that bring food to our table. And money, yes, ching.
Yeah.
So Gabriel, tell me, what inspired fashion for you?
Well, for me, fashion has always been a lifestyle right from when I was a kid. Just like you said, I wanted to study theater arts, and then my dad pushed me to law school.
Oh yeah. Also, you went to law. You read law.
Yeah.
2 lawyers.
Yes.
So I remember telling him that I wanted to do theater arts, and he's like, in whose house? In my house, I can't pay school fees for you to do theater, but you can finish after, once you're done with the law, you can go to whatever school you want to do. And then when I got into the university, at first I'm like, this is not what I want to do. I remember those days when I'm going to school, my 100 level, I wear my black and white stylishly. I put on my boots. And then faculty of law is like, you can't wait. I'm like, it's me.
Yes.
Is that not your black boots? Yeah.
My shoes had heels behind back then.
Exactly. So now, as at my 300, 400 level, I got into the modeling industry. I'd already did that while I was in like SS3, but I stopped because it's combining law, fashion, modeling, and all those. They were distracting, to be very honest. At some point, I felt like I wasn't doing enough, and my goal was just to get out of law school with a good grade, irrespective of if I want to do that or not. And
I'm not be doing out in an ambulance while you're writing your exam.
exactly. And I started modeling, and it's been an amazing journey. And at some point, I got a scholarship to go to fashion school. Just like in numbers, I was scared because at some point I'm like, do I still have to do this? Because I don't like mathematics. So
We have something.
go up. So at some point I'm like, I can't do this instead. I remember the major reason why I left science at all because I could not do the mathematics. I wanted to be an aeronautical engineer, and my dad was like, "You want to waste school fees?" Yes, because it was that bad. Mathematics, I would have a 90, 80, but you see mathematics, I mean, it was just
45, 50, barely above. Just say pass.
can't say that word.
Let my people go.
Exactly. And when I got to fashion school, I started leading, and it's been, for me, it's a way of expression. It's a way of speaking when you don't have words. It's a way of saying I'm creative. It's a way of saying this is who I am. It's a way of saying I'm like it's art to me, understand? And so that's what fashion basically means.
Amazing. It just goes to show how people show or exude what comes most to them and what's natural to them. Like for me, I would say right off the bat, I knew I wanted to be behind a camera. How or what form shape, I never knew, but I knew, oh my God, I want to be like those people that I see in that box called the TV back then that we had. Now that it's called plasma and all of this. I don't know. And I so badly, to the extent that when I got the first opportunity, I took it. And what was that opportunity? My friend who just got back from America, for some reason, started dancing with Cafe. And I'm like, how weird that you just got into this country? How did you introduce me? And the instance introduced it, like, I've not looked back since then. So now, so I can kind of relate. But then within a space where you've owned yourself, you've understood who you are, you've understood what you want, you know what your aims, goals are. How do you navigate expressing your truth with fashion and the modern, or would I say the current context with the laws, with the discrimination and the stigma that exists? How do you show resilience in a space that is built to repress you?
It all boils down to your core values. Authenticity is something that I really, really clinging for these days. Like I have a couple of years behind me, no shame. But the few ahead of me, or the rest ahead of me, mind you, I want to be very intentional about those years, and how do I become intentional about them is by being very authentic with who I am. So I either express myself authentically or not cry myself to sleep at night, or just wish that I did better.
Like Nike
So
said,
at
just
the
do it.
end of the day, authenticity is the main thing for me. Who am I? And how do I want to be seen? How do I want to express myself? How do I want people to see me as well? So fashion and style do have a very important role to play in that sense, because fashion is everything you heard about me is true. Style for me is everything you heard about me is true and was. Add on top of that. So yeah.
I was permission to say what I said in the changing room. What I learned from you.
Oh,
Chikezie is so stylish. The first time I met Chikezie back then, I was in Unilag so.
yes.
He said something, and he said, we're about to go, let me go and get my translucent powder. I was like, translucent powder? You want to put translucent powder on back? What is this? And that was the first time I heard of the word translucent. That was the first time I knew what the translucent powder was, all because of you. And like I keep saying, you've been constant from the day I met you, and that's an amazing thing. So for you, Gabriel, how do you show resistance to your style and, your creativity?
Well, for me, I think outside the box. There is no law that limits your fashion sense. There is no Nigerian law no international law where in the field that says, oh, you shouldn't dress like this.
Nitalawa.
Dress in any way you want, as long as you're not hurting someone. Well, what I would advise is this is saying when you're in Rome, behave like a Roman. So let's say I'm in Kano and I go out wearing a rose with a bomb shot.
Yeah.
Yes. So that is not resistance. That is stupidity, because you go out there, you know very well that this is not allowed here. Yes, you want to be yourself, you want to express yourself, but there are limits to how expressive you can be. Even if we try as much as possible to say, it's me, you understand? You need to know where and how to express yourself. So let's say I'm in the studio and I take a picture and post on my social media. It's my personal space. But if I go to where this is not allowed, we know there's this saying in law, ignorance of the law is not an excuse.
Yes.
Yeah. So you go there and you're just dressing someone because you want to be explosive, they will beat you. Yes.
And you actually like have eyes on you.
Yeah, exactly. And so for me, I when I wanted to do my last birthday shoots, when I just said, I want something that will get the internet talking. And I'm like, okay, I wanted to dye my hair, and then when I did it, it did not give me that drama. I'm like, okay, let me just go bald. And I went bald.
I hear all on boxes.
Wore long earrings, and I remember when the photo came out, like, what inspired you? I mean, how did you come about this? I'm like, I don't know. It's just, for me, fashion is craziness. You understand? You can go crazy as much as you can. Yes, and that was it. One of my classmates, but I'm like, your picture is causing problem, or they're asking me, is this Gabriel? I'm like, it's me. Understand? And for me, if it's fashion, I make sure that I do fashion like there is no other time I'm going to express myself, because
Yeah,
we're not
one like only.
exactly. And so that's just it. If for me, fashion is just a way of saying, okay, I'm just bored. Let me just do something that will get people talking. And it works for me.
Wow.
Yeah.
I want to just say another fashion gag moment of yours was when you did Face of Ica and you came up in the finale with that ball gown. Man, like, no. That show, but moving on. When we talk about fashion, style, and all of that, I'm sure you must have had like persons who kind of inspired you and sparked all of this, this movement within you. Do you want to share with us any of your fashion inspirations?
For me, I would say Denola Green. I love his fashion style.
Yeah. You
Buka.
kind of look alike.
Yeah, I know. I get that a lot. I love his fashion style. Ebuka and a bit of Dereless madness. That madness.
Yes.
That sprinkle of wearing. Just from your fashion, just sprinkle it a bit. So I love Dereless style. I love Denola Green style. I love Buka. Like when I feel bored, I'm like, okay, let me just go there. Let me get inspiration. And sometimes I want to create something. I'm like, oh, people say. I'm like, no, if they really can do this, because fashion has gone global. You see men before you, who knew that men wear cropped up?
True.
Yeah, but they are wearing cropped up these days. No one knew, and it comes to a point where men wear skirts and then people consider it as fashion.
Yeah, my next event, I would like to wear a kilt.
Fashion is evolving. And so when I look up to these people, I'm like, if they can do this, I can do this.
Nice. What about you, Chikezie?
Being a designer is a bit different because my mind is constantly working. We have to look for inspiration, and I'm usually inspired by different things. I could be inspired by the words of a song. I could be inspired by something that happened, maybe like a scenario in my head, and then maybe build on that and create a collection. But style icons, I see, for me, I'm drawn to simplicity, but then very memorable experiences. So I would think of maybe Janet Naji, Angelina Jolie.
Mm.
Yeah, just people that can, make it look simple, but then very memorable. So moments after they left the room, you're still talking about them. And that's what I usually put in the forefront when I'm designing or creating a collection.
Nice, amazing. Meaning your inspiration is continuous.
Absolutely.
It can happen at
There
any
could
point
be
in time.
books stacked somewhere. I love how they're stacked, and I'm just, taking inspiration from there. And maybe when I'm cutting, I'll just layer different fabrics, and it's just like
And when it blends, just feels like the best of mix.
the end result that just, blows my mind as an artist, and I'm just eternally grateful for that. Yes.
Wow, which is amazing. So when we talk about resistance, resilience, and creating awareness through the work that we do, has there been any time, say for instance, you, Gabriel, that you've actually had to wear a provocative outfit? I wouldn't call it provocative because expressing yourself is never provocative. It is just you being you within the space and the element that you find yourself in. And have you ever been in a space where you got into trouble or got harassed or something? Or have you had to have a collection where people were like, why is this so queer? Or why is this so queer inspired? Or why on earth would you make that outfit? It doesn't even look so queer for men to wear.
Absolutely.
Oh, wow.
All the
You
time.
do?
Well, not all the time.
You would, you would think that, oh, because it's fashion, you can get away with anything.
No, no, no.
Really?
So lately something I won't say just started, but then maybe it's gaining more grounds now, and it's called raves. Nigeria is embracing the ideas of raves. So raves are maybe like parties where you go dance in front of the DJ and things like that. And
I know I did.
I do too once in a while. But spaces like that are usually quote unquote safe spaces where people can express themselves. I see the organizers trying to put out, word that, yeah, come as you are. It's a safe space, no discrimination, that. Like I said earlier, you can either decide to be authentic, being mindful of where you are, the part of the world, Nigeria, which is still frowned upon, being queer and all of that. You can either be authentic, you can be in the middle, like Beyonce said, or meet in the middle, or do nothing at all.
True.
Yeah. Then, as regards putting collections that people frowned at, yeah, absolutely. I decided long ago that I'm not sweet or chocolate. Not everybody's going to like me. Not everybody is going to appreciate what I put out. But at the end of the day, I listen. I take what I can take from it, and I, keep going on. There's no room for mediocrity in my own work. I just strive to keep doing better, better, better. Whether or not people believe or not, I just keep doing what I here to do.
Great. So, when we talk about inclusivity, we need to always be aware of certain things that certain instances may be seen as, yes, people being inclusive, and certain instances where people just allowing certain things slide. Like an episode I was talking about GC Fashion Week, where I said, it seems like an opportunity for everybody to come up with their best or worst ideas and put it on display. So, would you say GT Fashion Week is an inclusive and safe space for persons, particularly queer persons, to safely express themselves, exude their best, and look the way they've always wanted to?
Yeah, lately I think so, because allegedly, yeah, because I watch clips of the GT Go Fashion Week and I see fashion.
And fashion.
Yeah, I saw
Fashion. Yeah.
I saw a guy wear a see-through knits throughout, like from head to toe, with just a lingerie in and a high boots. And I don't talk in the conversation.
Well,
I just went.
if it's tastefully done, yeah, sure, why not?
Well, I could not say a word, but I feel like it's Lagos. So if something like that happens in Abuja, definitely we know eyes and mouth, but that's Lagos. I feel Lagos has this Lagos is becoming a queer safe space because most people express themselves, and the guy it was just everywhere. I mean, I do see clips, and when people like, he's sexy, he's this, I'm like, okay, me, I don't judge, but I feel like I wouldn't weigh that. It's not like it's not.
That's why I said if it's tastefully done, why not?
I feel it wasn't appropriate.
If I have the appropriate pants, the appropriate nets, and it's looking appealing on my body, and my chest is pumping the certain way I want it to pump, I will wear. Does it have spaghetti strap? I think that was it. Was it monochrome? How was it?
A see-through covered throughout, and he wore, and I didn't even understand what to call it. I felt like he would have added accessories or make
Done
it look
something
dramatic.
to make it
Because I see people wear skates, I see people wear a lot of things. A lot of our male influencers, they wear a lot of things, and then they start questioning, "Oh, are you really this?" But we don't.
It never has to always come to that.
Yeah, so most people that go to GTCO Fashion Week, I say that GTCO Fashion Week is for the Keto people, but will not go there because most times you just go there.
I don't think it's for Keto.
No, if you compare Lagos Fashion Week and GTCO Fashion Week, I feel Lagos Fashion Week to some extent has this kind of class. But you see, I'm not saying GTCO Fashion
But
Week.
would you say it's inclusive though? Does it allow everybody freely be themselves?
It allows everyone freely. You can do whatever you want. Someone will code you. I mean, it depends on where you are as well. So Lagos accepts that if it was Kano Fashion Week or if it was Sokoto Fashion Week.
Both platforms are great. Lagos Fashion Week, which I have showed on, amazing experience.
But
No. Me, but GT is also very commerce centered. Now, if you're going to attend GT Fashion Week and you're going there for clout, it's amazing. Do what you have to do. But I feel that it's a space to spot talent. Because most of these, I'm going the very diplomatic route. It's a safe it's a safe space to find talent, in the sense that you go there and you see like creativity. Yeah, whether it's properly executed, we don't know. Whether it looks right, or could it be better, or could you do better, or could the person wearing that outfit do better with under the supervision of a trained eye or a trained designer? Absolutely. So I feel like it should be a space for maybe established designers to go and scout for new talents, and for the guys who dress or the people who go there to showcase themselves to also use the opportunity to market themselves and say, oh, hey, this is what I do. That because I mean, GT has a lot of international press. LFDW also has that as well, but then GT is more centered on bringing in, celebrated designers to come. So I mean, if they can come and look and see that, okay, Nigeria is actually rich in creativity. I mean, it's something, but then most of the time they're doing it for cut. So I mean, you can't help such people.
So I can't remember Nash. I don't research. God forgive me.
Research about
Yes, this particular alleged day also. I want to allegedly. So why I asked this particular question was because I understood a particular designer was prevented from showcasing because it was co-inspired. And I can't remember. I think that was the Pink Lounge by Maxi.
Oh,
Yes, so I can't remember whether it was Lagos Fashion Week now or GT Co Fashion Week, because I know one of the two he was slated to showcase, and right there they said he couldn't even go after rehearsals and everything, just because it was co-inspired. So it begs the question: are we moving into an inclusive space, or the ideas of segregation and discrimination against queer persons still exist within a fashion space? Spaces where social media influencers are, we don't even know which is which anymore, which in a way creates a safer space for queer persons to exist, because what, and all the lines have been blurred with all of the influences that we have. So
I don't know. I'm not discrediting your, story, but I don't know if Maxi was actually stopped from showing. But what I would say is, you don't just end up on those runway platforms or those showcases.
without prior, you're doing.
This is what I'm going to do. This is what I'm going to do. They also have their rules and regulations that, you need to, abide with. Like for me, what I saw there was like, okay, don't try not to use popular songs, because it would, send a message to the audience, and they'll be bumping to the music instead of, looking at the clothes. So there are rules and regulations.
Really?
Yeah, they are. Find out for Lagos Fashion Week, I think there's no nudity. So it's tricky. People find a way to walk around it, but then
The show skin I've seen.
no. You can show skin, but then you can't be like full flesh naked or half.
For me, there is this story
Marco.
of this first transgender lady in Nigeria that worked. Is it Lagos Fashion Week? I'm trying to remember her name. May her soul rest in peace. I mean, she broke the stereotypical norms and she walked on her own.
Was that Lagos Fashion Week? Are you sure they knew it was a trans person walking the wrong way?
No. It did cause a lot of
Controversy, because in Nigeria, we will know.
because there were like some people decided not. I don't know for sure. Allegedly, I mean, we have to say that before we say anything.
Yes.
Her picture wasn't, uploaded on the sites, so it caused a lot of,
Oh, wow.
talk. Yeah,
So they went with all of the models and were put up, but then
they just,
removed photos.
allegedly.
So would we say that the government, allegedly, would we say this is basically part of the government workings, or this is just a bunch of people who are still anti-queer freedom of expression, or even any form of expression that is outside the traditional norm?
Again, I would say their house, their rules.
Hmm.
It might not be fair, but it's their house and it's their rules. Do what you want to do, and if you're going to go there, you either choose to abide by their rules or you don't go there at all. God rest her soul. She did what she did. The designer was happy about it.
The end, we just 5 minutes.
Exactly, and that's it. But the fashion industry, I don't think it's going into the fashion industry, you have to know that this is a space mainly dominated by queer people.
Yeah, and that's why it's surprising to hear all of these conversations.
But then there are still there are conversations that people are not ready to have just yet. And it's fine. I mean, take your time, but not all the time. Inclusivity, trans is another entire topic that people would need more years, I hope not, to learn about before they, fully accept it.
Oh.
Do you understand? So their house, their rules at the end of the day.
Do you have anything to add to that?
I really feel that it's more of the societal norms, more of Nigeria as a country, more of we as people, despite how much we try to portray this, there's still this mentality that, oh, this is not supposed to be so. And so most people, before fear of being cut off, or there's this language
Ostracized.
Yeah, something like that. It's not exactly they have to go through the way it has been. So they don't really have to go through, they feel there's no need to
change anything. If it ain't broke, why should I fix it?
So they're just going there because they feel once they bring this narrative, people would not support their brand as much as it's possible. Nigerians would rather free a murderer than a queer person.
Oh, wow, that's powerful.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I go through comments where a guy just did a shoot and they're like, in the comment section, you hear something like, where you dey? Make I carry you to by Zukon knock your head. You just did. Nigerians, how they sound. And the crazy thing is that most of these people are living in denial of their true selves. And in as much as we want to say that the fashion industry is dominated by mostly queer individuals, even the queer individuals are not ready to admit that they are the
backbone to the fashion industry.
Take away major fashion houses today. Major of these designers, I don't want to mention names, so someone will say I'm tagging there. Take away most of them, you see that the fashion industry will be left bare. No innovation, just there. And you see that even these upcoming designers, the fashion designers, the fashion houses in Nigeria, they're trying to incorporate gender fluid clothing, things that are not male, they're not female. They're just
androgynous in nature.
They're just trying to put these things together in order, they feel, for me, I feel like for you to be fashionable, fashion is queer. For you to be fashionable, you have to have this queer thinking mindset. You have to think colors. You have to think create. You have to think shapes. In a sense, so that's just it. And most of these fashion houses, if they just take away most of those square pictures, it's nothing. We'll just be left with kaftan and agbada.
Let me just even quickly add, according to Hillary Clinton, I don't know if it's safe to speak, but it's fine. We don't just thrive in fashion spaces. We also thrive in, they're also queer doctors. They're queer lawyers. They're queer people in hospitality. Even if they feel like, okay, yeah, we thrive in such spaces that have to do with being more feminine, inclined. But we also thrive in engineering, the people in tech who are queer and everything. It's just I think we still need more time. I mean, we got here and people are, embracing fashion as a way of expressing themselves. With time, I think we'll begin to have more important conversations.
Okay, great. So, what are your funniest, wildest, or most beautiful experiences with your work? Like, where you've done a particular, for instance, your rose jacket, or any of, yeah, what particular outfit have you gotten the most comments, and do you know why?
Well, for me, I think I take time to cook and serve.
Oh, sure, I like that.
So you
Chef fashion.
you cook it.
I did McDaniel.
So when the very first time I attempted to do fashion, I had to archive that picture because even myself, I don't know what came over me, but in my mind, I think back then in 2022, I thought I was crazy. Yeah, I was crazy. We grew every day, and it's in 2025. I felt like I did rubbish because this was just not aligning.
Which is part on girl.
Right.
I have to go. So the very first outfit I did was these outfits where I wore the big ball gown and I just swung it. I mean, that had a lot. I think I had about 8,000 likes on my standard.
Wow.
And over 200 something comments. And I saw people be posting and people like, oh, I love this. I love the way you did the outfit together. What inspired you? What do this? Most times, my iconic looks are mistakes. Yes. Like that outfit, I was supposed to use these long hearts, the long hearts. And when I gave it to the woman to make the hearts, because I didn't have time to do it, she did what he ordered. I said, what you got? The heart was squeezing to one part, and she told me where I'm like that, and I find I'm like, ma, to where? So I'd
That's the worst thing you can tell me as a client. If you tell me that, I can look at you, throw the thing back at you, and just walk away.
So I just had to opt with the bigger Crayola hat, and it's turned out.
Yes, true, yeah, because I know it was like a federal looking thing,
Yeah.
but then it was the whole.
It's turned out beautiful, and everyone, people that reposted the picture, like, bro, they're like, I love it. And then for my birthday, I'm like, okay, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? I need to check the internet more because they're not felt to my hits.
Internet check. Ah!
I knew people would talk. I knew they would say, this one has come again. Or so when I was making the outfits, I remember, well, I wasn't done because those roses are over 200, even more. I could not count.
Wow, real roses?
No.
Or like synthetic made?
No, I make them with fabrics. I used an organza, so you have to sew it.
That's why the color came out so sharp. And everything's too. They got to take off from it.
And when one person video. So one of my colleagues videoed and posted on her status. First thing my boss said was, is it Gabriel? And she said, yes. So I know so not only I'm going to wear this kind of clothes. Yeah, my boss is very supportive. Even though so nice. Yeah, so sometimes he's like, I know Gabriel is only you that will create crazy outfits, understand? And she posted it. People were like, I hope it is. Now man, now woman. And it was not even done. I had like the whole back because I ran to the market, came back, I'm like, which kind of clothes I could they do? And go just leave her more. But then I just, okay, calm down. And after the whole outfits, I went to make my hair because I wanted to tint it white and give this kind of Oyibo kind of white. I didn't show the
Blonde.
The man told me, I can do it.
But then you got to another thing.
He burnt my hair. And I'm like, I could not, because he told me that I said, sorry, he did not tell me all this, but I was not ready for it. I did not want to spoil my mood. Just told him, okay, take it off. Take the entire hair off. And he popped it. I wanted to pop for a hat. I said, nah. I went to the market. I'm like, let me look for a very daring earring. I could not see what was really going to visualize the whole outfit, my bald hair, and I opted to make one myself. I got like 2-3 pieces of earrings, cut with gemstone, and then fixed it. And then,
That's for it. You made that.
yeah, I did.
Lovely. Lovely. Really, really nice.
And then when the outfit came out today, he's like, the picture's not ready. I calm down. I don't know. The photographer has not sent it. And when I sent the pictures, I'm like, wow. There's some guys that being that I'm in industry, I don't really discriminate. I don't know who is cool. I don't know who is strong.
Was listening to your day. I was
No. It's actually a work. And I'm like, and he reposted the pictures like, guy, I love this. The bald hair. I was surprised. And like, one told me, I know you know how to dress, but this is iconic.
Oh,
Okay. I was telling him, like, oh, like, so the whole, I know it will cause problem on the church group chats, but I'm a Christian. Am I not?
yeah. Coming to that, I wanted to hear your experience.
It's another conversation. Like,
Yeah.
Christian and Rashad, it's another thing. I would say my most beautiful moment happened recently. I got a call from a very dear friend of mine last minute saying, oh, they wanted to wear something to a party and they just want to feel a certain way. He's like, oh, do you have anything, ready to wear? And that. I'm like, okay, wait, let me send you options. So I send them options and they pick an outfit. The next morning, I woke up to the most beautiful voice note saying, I felt the exact way I wanted to feel wearing that outfit. That made me pause.
No.
Because I'm about to release another collection. I went back to my drawing board. I started looking at the outfits the samples that were ready. What feeling would this evoke? What would this one bring? What would this one bring? So it was such a learning experience for me. My most beautiful experience in fashion has also been a very huge learning experience for myself.
Oh my gosh. Before I turned this into Titanic part 2 or part 3. Oh my god. Cause yes, I can be like that. The thing with being a creative, you can wake up, you might have a particular thing you want to do. Maybe today the cup was supposed to be white, but then you woke up the next day and then you're like, no, it should have been purple. You get that kind of thing. So I had an event and I knew how I wanted to feel. I didn't want anything that was going to cling on my body. I didn't want anything that was going to stress my life. The weather was hot. It had to abide by the temperature. Readable. And I got exactly that. And I woke up the next day after like all the trauma of that night. And yeah, thank you so much. And to me, that is what fashion is about. Being able to feel a way, dress the way, express yourself in any way you choose.
Absolutely.
Resilience comes from any point of view. So far, you don't give up. You just need to keep trying, keep trying. Finding your niche is not something that you do in a day. It's something that is continuous. We keep trying on a daily basis. You might catch it at 20, you might catch it at 30, you might catch it at 60. Who even knows? You might live up to 108 and you still catch it at 108. So never give up. Never lose hope. Fashion is continuous. Fashion is ever evolving. Fashion doesn't define who people are, but it makes the best of who they exude. My name is Abao Miaka, and this is Echoes of Colors. Have a great day.
Echoes of Color.